Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Bill Gates. Born 1955. It reads, "Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the people working together and motivating them, a teacher is the most important." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Technology as humanity's savior? That's what most Silicon Valley leaders would have you believe. But Bill Gates, one of tech's biggest pioneers, has a surprisingly different take that challenges everything we assume about innovation and progress.
Well, that's such an interesting contrast to what we usually hear from tech leaders. What exactly did Gates say about this?
He said something really profound. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting people working together and motivating them, a teacher is the most important. Coming from someone who built a tech empire worth billions, that's pretty remarkable.
You know what fascinates me about this perspective? Here's a man who revolutionized personal computing, yet he's essentially saying the human element matters more than the technology itself.
Exactly. And when you look at his journey, it makes perfect sense. Even in Microsoft's early days, Gates wasn't just writing code. He was building teams, inspiring people, and creating a vision others could follow. The technology was important, but it was the human element that made it successful.
That reminds me of something I witnessed at a tech startup recently. They had all these cutting-edge tools and platforms, but they were struggling because they couldn't get their team aligned and motivated.
That's such a perfect real-world example. You know, I've been thinking about how this applies to the current AI revolution. We are all focused on the capabilities of these new tools, but maybe we're missing the point about what really drives innovation and progress.
Well, speaking of innovation, how do you think this philosophy has influenced Gates' work with his foundation?
That's exactly where things get interesting. Instead of just throwing technology at problems, the Gates Foundation focuses heavily on working with local teachers and community leaders. They've learned that without that human foundation, even the most advanced technology won't make a meaningful difference.
Like their education initiatives in developing countries, right? Where they prioritize teacher training over just donating computers?
Precisely. And you know what's fascinating about that approach? It's backed by data. Studies have shown that teacher quality has a bigger impact on student success than any technological intervention. In fact, a great teacher can increase a student's lifetime earnings by hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That really puts Gates's quote in perspective. It's like he's seen both sides: the technological revolution he helped create, and the human elements needed to make that technology truly effective.
And here's what I find most compelling about this whole thing. It's actually quite hopeful. In an age where people are worried about AI replacing human jobs, Gates is essentially saying that our most human qualities, our ability to teach, motivate, and connect, are irreplaceable.
So if we look at the bigger picture here, what do you think this means for the future of technology and innovation?
Well, I think it suggests we need to fundamentally shift how we think about technological progress. Instead of asking, what can this technology do? We should be asking, how can we use this tool to enhance human connection and learning?
That's such a powerful reframe of the conversation around technology and progress.
You know what else stands out to me? Looking at Gates' evolution from tech entrepreneur to global philanthropist, you can see how this understanding has deepened. He's consistently emphasized that the biggest challenge we face, whether it's education, healthcare, or climate change, require both technological innovation and human leadership.
The timing of this message feels particularly relevant now, doesn't it? Especially with all the anxiety around artificial intelligence and automation.
Absolutely right. And here's what I think is the key takeaway. While we should embrace technological progress, we shouldn't lose sight of what makes us uniquely human. Our ability to teach, to motivate, to inspire, these are the real drivers of progress.
That really brings it full circle to what Gates was saying about teachers being more important than technology.
And looking toward the future, I think this perspective offers a valuable blueprint. It suggests that our focus shouldn't be on replacing human capabilities with technology, but on using technology to amplify our human potential for connection, teaching, and motivation.
Well, that's certainly a more optimistic way to think about our technological future.
You know what? I think that's exactly what Gates was aiming for. Helping us see that in this rapidly changing world, our humanity isn't becoming less relevant. It's becoming more important than ever. With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.